Did the deer or rabbits get your apple or other fruit trees this year? They got me pretty good. If your tree looks like this, where the gap isn't huge, and maybe you still got a little bit of the bark left on here, this video is for you. But if your tree looks like this and it's girdled all the way around and pretty high up, thanks for coming, but I don't think this is gonna help you. Today, we're gonna be attempting some bridge grafting. Now, bridge grafting is where I take a dormant scion and I graft it below the damage and then go across the damage with a little bow and graft it back to the top to make a jumper so the nutrients can flow up and down through this tree. If you can see down to the hardwood inside the tree, that is not good. This is still solid bark down here, solid bark up here, but the nutrients have no way to get through this choke point here to make the nutrients flow up and down this tree. Now we do have just a hair left here, and this gap is a little smaller than the other ones, so that's the only reason I'm going to try this today. My other trees that are damaged a lot more, we're going to do something different with those. I'm going to make a future video. Most of them we're going to chop just below that damage and take one of these dormant scions we collected during the winter and just graft it to that big beautiful root base that's growing underground. And that kind of graft would probably be the best graft to do in a situation like this where you are girdled all the way around the tree. Because at this point, this is kind of a gamble. This is a tougher graft to make, but I think we got a decent shot with this tree, so we're gonna try it. So the first thing we're gonna need is our dormant scions. I collected these scions from this tree. It could be any apple tree though, but these are off of this Liberty apple right here. I left them a little longer for this type of grafting, but you're gonna wanna collect these in the dormant season. Now, if you're watching this and your tree's already leafed out, like this one's starting to leaf out, it's a little too late to take your scions off this. You might wanna go check online and try to find a supplier that still has scions that are dormant. These have been sitting in the fridge in my basement since February or March, so these are looking pretty good. These are the sizes I'm looking for here. And this is gonna give me plenty of room to work to graft it down low and jump it and go back into the tree up top. A bridge, that's why it's called a bridge graft. Now we need to find some spots on here that are relatively flat, and this stem down here is kind of square, so it's giving me limited places to do my grafting. I'm seeing here, we got a nice flat spot. It's a little bit longer than I'd like, but we can get a flat spot from here to here. So starting below this damage, I'm going to make a horizontal cut all the way through this bark. And then from that horizontal cut, I'm going to go in the center and make a 1-inch long T cut. So we're like the shape of a T. And I like to go just above the middle like this and cut a nice groove in it just like that. And then with my grafting knife, I got a little fold-in flap right here that's going to allow me to open up this bark. So hopefully we're slipping enough for this. Looks like we're slipping pretty good. We don't want to damage this, and we don't want to cut ourselves. So you can see there's our nice cut across from the top down about 1 inch. And then we have opened the flaps. So now let's take our piece of scion wood we have here that's long enough to span that gap. What you're going to want is your grafting point down low to your grafting point up top, and then add 1 inch or 2 to it. And you want to orient your buds the proper direction. You can see these buds are facing up. That's the direction we want it on the tree. I'm going to start by going down low here. I am going to cut off some of this where I made the cut to store this scion because it might be a little dry in there. Then I'm going to take my grafting knife. I'm going to make a 45-degree cut in this scion. Just like that. You want to try to get it in one cut if you can possibly get it. Then this here, on this side that still has the bark, I'm going to put a little 45-degree notch in there. And then I like to come here in this bark and just lightly shave off some of this bark around the ends here, just for a little extra cambium contact we can make. Let's take our scion and let's do a test fit and see how it works out here. That's gonna fit in there real nice. Took a little extra off the top there to make sure that this scion is resting flat against that inside layer. Inside here, this wet part of the tree, is where you want this to be touching. So now with this flat side here, we want to make another flat side toward the top there, even with this one. Just like that. They're coming the same direction. Then the same thing here, little notch at the top, shave off just a hair off the sides there, get a little extra cambium exposed, and there's our bridge. What I'm gonna do is take this nail right here, take the bridge, we're gonna insert it just like we did for the test fit, get it nice and deep down there because we can get some cambium contact right under the bark there. I'm going to take this nail and I'm going to use this nail to hold this scion in place. I'm going to pound it right into this tree. We're not hurting the tree because we're going into the heartwood. And we don't want to smash the scion. This is just to hold this so it doesn't move. Now with my scion held in place here, I can bend it because we want it to bow out a little bit. And we want this edge to be flat against this tree. It can give me a decent idea where this needs to go in. So that's going to be the top there. We're going to want to make a straight line scored all the way down here. Now if you go a little too far, that does not matter. We're not concerned about that. Putting it in place, I can get a good idea where I got to make my T in here. My notch under the T. And open the bark. You got to do this when the bark is slipping, or else you're not going to have a good time. You're not going to have a good time anyway, because this is a little difficult. We can carefully hold this down here. Open the flaps and try to bend this in here without breaking it. And that looks like really good contact in there. And we're going to do the same thing with the nail up top here. Alright, so there is our first bridge installed. See how it bows out a little bit? You're going to want that so when this tree moves back and forth, these don't come apart. That's also why these nails are going to help out here. You can see we're tucked underneath there. We got some good cambium contact at both points in here. We're pressed against that cambium down inside here. The next step is going to be to wrap this up, but before we do that, I'm going to see if I can get at least one or two more of these on here. Alright, we got the second bridge in this tree. I think that's all I'm going to do. The other side looks like the cambium might be able to repair itself in time. These will give it a boost until then to make sure we can get some nutrient flow until the tree can start slowly working to heal some of these gaps. Alright, now to seal this, I'm going to start out by making sure that my contact points are super tight. So you can either use cheap electrical tape. Right now I'm going to use some rubber tape to get started. Just going to pull off a decent sized length here, just so it's easier to work with and we can make it nice and tight. I'm going to hold it here with a finger and stretch it to make it super tight. And I'm going to wrap this to try to pull these in to make sure they're making really good contact. These should not wiggle or move at all. Then I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom. Then I'm going to come back with the cheap electrical tape because it has less stretch in it, and use this to try to get it a little bit extra tight. It'll be a temporary fit. In about a month or so, we'll come out here and we'll take this tape off and leave the rubber tape on here because this stretches, so we don't want to girdle it. But I've left the electrical tape on plenty of times and it has not harmed the tree, and it usually just kind of gets brittle and rots off. So now our grafts are pretty snug. These should heal up pretty good. I'm kind of worried that the tree's not completely round. It's got all these weird angles in it. Those could be failure points. But like I said, this is a gamble of a graft to make to try to save a tree. Sometimes it's easier just to cut it, use all the vigor in the root system to grow something like this back out in 2 years. We're giving it a shot. Now we're at the point where we need to protect this graft to make sure that moisture does not enter anywhere in here, or else it definitely will fail. So we're going to start out by covering these scions with some buddy tape. So this buddy tape here will help prevent some of the moisture loss from these scions so they don't dry out during the healing process here. You can see it's very stretchy and it's breathable and somewhat waterproof. Not completely. I found out because I already did bridge graft about 2 weeks ago. It's not 100% waterproof, but it's going to help out in this situation. Now it would be much easier to put this tape on the scion before grafting, but I don't want to have to deal with fighting this and the scion at the same time. So just like I did in a different spot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this in here. Through here does not have to be perfect. I'm just going to keep feeding this through, and I just want to coat this scion with a layer of this buddy tape. I usually don't use this for any of my grafting. I find out that the scions typically don't dry out if you got a good graft going on. But in a situation like this, we're doing every possible thing we can do to make sure we have success. Because if one little scion fails, that's not a big deal. We can graft it right away. If this fails, we won't even know because this tree will look alive even with these failed grafts and then eventually die. So what I'm going to do now is come back through and use the buddy tape to wrap everything all together. Start at the bottom here because if the moisture comes down the tree in the form of rain and we start at the top, we're giving it little air gaps to get in. If we do this like this, then there won't be any air gaps. We're sealing them as we somewhat overlap on our way up. Little piece of electrical tape here to make sure that that does not come unraveled. We got one last step we're going to do here. You see we're nice and covered up. Water can't get in. We're going to come back. We're going to wrap this whole thing with some aluminum foil. We'll take our foil here, wrap it around. Now this is going to reflect sunlight, so the sunlight does not hurt this healing graft here. We don't want to use just regular plastic because that could act like a greenhouse in here, cause moisture, and we don't want that. And I want to keep it a little higher just in case any of these buds above the graft do decide to come out. That's my backup plan, as well as anything coming from the roots coming out that I can graft on in the future if this fails. But if we can get a bud coming out above the graft union as a backup and this fails, then we can cut the whole tree down and use that new bud as the new tree instead of cutting this down and grafting it again. To make sure no water comes in the top, we'll hit it with the rubber tape. Same on the bottom here to make sure moisture doesn't evaporate up into here. So there's our bridge graft all covered up, ready to see what happens. I was planning on just chopping this tree down, but you can see it's got such a nice shape here. All the branches come out perfect. I figure if I was going to try this on any of these trees in here, this would be the one to try it. And worst case, I chop it down and graft it, or wait till a bud comes up and make a new tree. Worth a shot. There's quite a few videos on this process on YouTube, but there's not many follow-ups that show if it actually works, because it is a graft that does fail a lot. But if you're willing to give it a shot, this could save your tree. A tree like this has a good root system in the ground since it's been in the ground for 3 years. So when people tell you the tree's a goner, dig it out and plant a new one, that's not the right way to go. You still utilize these healthy roots in the ground. Even if you just put a little scion on this and cut it down, that is going to grow extremely quick, quicker than adding a new tree. So we'll let this sit probably for a month or two, and in a month or two we're going to unwrap it, do a check, see if it's healing good. If not, we're going to cut it down and graft it. But at that point, I'll let you guys know how this goes. For these other trees, we are cutting them down and grafting them. I'm going to do that video either right now or in the next couple days, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching.